It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we've got high-flying offenses set to take off. It's the reigning AFC champs and the Giants, and it comes your way next.
We welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the New York Giants.
Brandon Gault alongside my good friend Charles Davis. And CD, for as much as the defender in you probably hates to hear it, the NFL is a league ruled by offenses, and we've got a couple of good ones about ready to do battle here.
Well, you know me quite well. Maybe one day I can get to be commissioner. I can flip that around a little bit, and we can just talk about defense. But let's face it, we're talking about two units that rank in the top 5 in the league. So I think this might be a game where you forget about you'd better finish your drive with a touchdown if you want to keep up with the Joneses on the other sideline.
About ready to get us going.
And we are underway from MetLife Stadium. Fielded right around the 8. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by the former Cal Bear, Aaron Rodgers.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Here's Rodgers. And it's complete. It's Damian Williams. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down.
Well, this defense for the Jaguars, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a 1st down. To throw, it's Rodgers. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Now that's on big Mekhi Becton, 1st-round pick in 2020.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Rodgers now to throw.
They're going back to the same well. It's Hockenson again.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
Yeah, they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. That was totally a blown coverage.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Let's go, let's go.
Automatic 1st down.
Push him back. Push him back. I get it.
Off the draw, here's Williams. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
This defense for the Jags, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was pop free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
A couple of first downs, has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. This is Harris. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon.
2nd down at 4.
Now it's Rodgers.
That's swung out wide to Harris.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 26. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. On first down, Rodgers. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, it should open up his running game, too. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
Marcus Golden
able to record his 5th sack of the season. You know, last week it was unbelievable how many times they were in the backfield. They had 7 sacks. Whatever they had for pregame meal last week, maybe they had it again.
I think they're going to continue to repeat it if they keep this up. But remember, we were at their facility, and we walked past the defensive meeting room, and what did it say over the door? Rush the passer. It's a philosophy. It's a statement. That's who they want to be, and they've been very successful with it.
Yeah, opening drive sack. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
Anyone who watched Najee Harris at Alabama knows the kind of strength that this guy runs with, and he's continuing on that path here at the next level.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down.
He'll drop this down to Williams.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Give him 7 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. And his kick is good.
So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
So here's the first drive now for the Jags.
He'll be 21 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl type season, and maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year, and with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guarantee you it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short. A give, Dobbins trying the right side. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. A play fake, now Fields to throw. Towards the end zone for Brown. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A.J. Brown, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Charles, there aren't really any slow receivers, but there's fast and then really fast. He's really fast, and he showed off the afterburners there.
And that he is, because when he took off, I was thinking there's no chance that he can actually reach him with that pass. Yet he did, and he's still sprinting. And just think about what that does for everyone else on his team, because his ability to stretch a field opens things up for the rest of the receivers on the team.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Here's Bass now to send it away. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll hand it off now, Williams. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Well, I think after that run, the defense get back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
On 2nd down, it's Williams, and this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And now the ball's out, fumbled near midfield. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. There he goes left side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, it certainly looked to me like he tapped into the quarterback's thought process there. And what I'm hearing more and more when I go around the league, defenders sitting in on quarterback meetings trying to learn more about how they think so they can be in the right position to be in the right spot, as he was there to pick that one off and take it all the way back for a touchdown.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
New York set to take the field. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
2nd and 8 coming up.
Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But coming up and making the big-time play.
And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked.
This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away.
Oh, the return is Callaway.
That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
Lynn Bowden, the one he was looking for.
And that'll bring up 2nd down. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
This one complete to Mecole Hardman.
And he will have a Jaguars 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar in some discomfort down there on the field. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Fields. Catch is made by Hardman. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 24-yard line. Give them 10 yards on that one, and that earns them a fresh set of downs. On 1st down, Dobbins. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. There to stop him was Carlton Davis.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Fields now to throw.
Man open left side is Brown.
And the Jaguars are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Lynn Bowden.
His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. When you talk about a battle being won in the trenches, that touchdown right there, a lot of credit to the offensive linemen.
Yeah, when you watch them surge across the front, they really created great space for the runner to get in.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Giants 3. Tyler Bass set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Now Corey Davis and the rest of his offense getting ready for their next drive. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. He'll get this to Lazard, and he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Only needing 2 yards on second down.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58.
And again, it's Rodgers. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Catch made, it's Moreau. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a first down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him up.
Now look out, Rodgers lost the football, and the Jags grab it. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
Following the fumble recovery, Fields. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Looking to throw again on second down. Fields. This will be caught. Judy. Touchdown, Jaguars. Jerry Judy. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Jaguars continue to pull away here in this first half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half.
Giants 3. Tyler Bass set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback.
Let's go.
Now Corey Davis and the rest of his offense getting ready for their next drive. They've got to find a way to get him more involved in this game plan. Down here in the second quarter, he doesn't even have a catch.
And don't think they're not hearing about it in the huddle and on the sidelines. And we often think of wide receivers at times being disruptive. It's just that they know their talents and they know the type of plays they can make, and they can make big ones.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
The Jaguars ready to go on offense for the final time in this first half. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Forced out to his left. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Back to throw. Fields. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Mecole Hardman in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jaguars will extend their lead here just before halftime. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more.
Giants 3. Tyler Bass set to kick off.
4 seconds, all that remain here in this first half as the kick gets away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he's going to be out of bounds on the return. Not a great return. They'll start back around the 17. The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. And it's the Cowboys who are out in front. Teddy Bridgewater with 3 touchdown passes. From there, we head up to Kansas City. Check on the Chiefs at Arrowhead. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Raiders. 2 touchdown passes there for Jared Goff. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City. See what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And currently they are tied with the visiting Bills in that one. We continue on with the check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Jags. And there were a few factors as to why they built this good size advantage, but the rushing numbers were not all that amazing. We'll see if they can pick it up in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Giants, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that #1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it, it's team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that #1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through, and I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs.
And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
And they'll run the end around here with Judy. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 45-yard line.
Now a handoff for Dobbins. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That good for 22 and a first down.
First down, Jacksonville.
And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
On play action, Fields steps away toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. They'll roll him out right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A.J. Brown with touchdown number 15 of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Jaguars take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Bass on for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it culminates in a Jags touchdown. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Now Damian Williams to return it. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Here's the Jags defense now as they head back out there. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though, and they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
From the gun on third down, Rodgers.
That's taken in by Duvernay. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Rodgers now on first down.
Right back to Duvernay. That's complete.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd and 7, Rodgers.
This one swung out to Williams.
Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. He finds his man, complete. That's Tucker. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
They hand off to their big tight end. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown.
Devin Duvernay.
His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Giants are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah, college, high school?
College, not a heck of a lot of fun. I still remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs, I knew every note to their school's fight song.
Bet that ice bath felt extra cold afterwards, too.
Oh, no, there was no ice bath. You're just trying to get out of there before the reporters got to you.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game is certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. The Jaguars on third down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Fields. He's going deep for Brown. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Jaguars. A.J. Brown, 68 yards. And the Jaguars add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's 3rd down. You're trying to get off the field, and then wham, you have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter. Rodgers now on 1st down. Throw right side into the hands of Foster Moreau. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 7 yards, the pickup there. To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers throwing the out route incomplete. It's Marshall. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime...
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a 1st down. Throwing is Rodgers. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. 49 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Giants! Andy Janovich, his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point right down the middle as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. Callaway, the return man. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. Tackle made by Grover Stewart. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now it's Fields. Throw right side going to be caught by Hardman. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So the decision by Gruden to throw the flag, a successful one. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
And one of the things that makes this play so difficult to defend is that it has so many options to it. And the quarterback has to go through them and fast. Do you hand it off inside? Do you keep it yourself? Do you pitch it to a trailing back? On this play, it's hard to say that he made the right decision because that play was swallowed up for no gain.
This is caught. It's Brown. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They'll go again with Dobbins. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
We got more.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. They went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th. The kick by Bass is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. New York ready to go again offensively. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
On play action, it's Rodgers. That's into the hands of Marshall. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. Open man is Duvernay. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars 21. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Rodgers to throw once more. And he's going to drop this off to Williams. Complete. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Well, that's not exactly how they drew that one up, nor practiced it, because on first down, you're trying to get some yardage to set up 2nd and 3rd down calls. In this case, had to drop it off to his running back. But, boy, they closed quickly on that one and stopped him behind the line of scrimmage.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a first down.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts...
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. Callaway, the return man. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other. That's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. That catch good for only a couple.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Jags, they continue to make their case as a Super Bowl favorite as they move to 13-1. And they will head home next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for the Giants, their playoff hopes take a hit as they drop to 7-7. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles.